Good morning on day 7 of the Kungsleden. We did end up having a very cozy but late dinner last night in that shelter after some of the other people who were initially there had moved out. So that was really nice. But we did go to bed late, which means that I'm dragging a bit this morning as far as getting up and going. But there's the promise of maybe some sunshine today. So that's super exciting. We can dry some things out a little bit. Should be a good day.
This provides a good overview. Last night, you see those houses on the far side of the lake. We got there about 7:20 p.m. and the house on the left is the boatman, and he agreed to give us a ride. His wife, Anna, agreed to give us a ride across the lake, and we went all the way across the lake. And there is where they dropped us off, a 2-mile boat ride. That is a safety shelter, and there were about 15 tents pitched around that shelter and a lot of people. And then today, that's where we camped, and then today we have hiked all the way up here. And now, much to Jennifer's happiness, we're going up that. So it looks bigger in person.
It's a bit steep in this section. You can see kind of what we're climbing away from. You can kind of see how the clouds are sitting over that lake we slept near. This reindeer is headed right for us at the moment. Maybe he thinks we have the good snacks. Hello. That's incredible. Well, that 0% chance of rain forecast was probably a bit on the optimistic side. But at least right now we are not getting rained on, but you can see if you look behind me, that looks fairly menacing. But we just came from that direction. Now the plan is to take a side hike up Skierfe. You can see the sign behind me. So that's supposed to be one of the most beautiful views of the whole Kungsleden, and it's about 4 miles off trail. I'm feeling a little bummed right now because it's cloudy. And so I'm like, oh no, are we gonna even be able to see anything? But I don't know. Hopefully the clouds will clear a little bit as we head up there. Okay, here we go. On our side hike, headed up Skierfe. Well, I've had my first trail fall, and it was actually one of the most spectacular falls I've ever had on trail, because I fell straight back, just like butt landed hard right in the mud. This was very like wet mud, not just like a little bit of dirt, little smudge, like my whole butt is just a soppy brown mess. And that is the first time that has ever happened to me. So special memories for the Kungsleden. So this happened.
I think right here is nice clean grass.
Roll in the grass.
You just kind of scoot your butt.
Through the grass.
Yeah, like a dog who has a hard time finishing pooping.
Oh. This is a first. This is a trail first. First time I have ever done this.
It's better.
Yeah.
I can see the pockets.
I'm actually very grateful Nate was here when I took that fall, because the way I fell, since I fell straight back, the shape of the little mud hole I fell in and also my backpack were basically holding me down, so I was just like on my back like a helpless little bug. And you know, Nate was able to just kind of like lift me by my armpits and put me back on my feet, but if he hadn't been there, I think I'd have had to do quite a roll in the mud to get myself out of that. So thanks, Nate.
Not so good.
Well, we made it to the top of Skierfe. This is the view at the moment. The clouds are kind of blowing around, so sometimes they do blow and you can kind of get a view. You can get the glimpse of, like, it's absolutely gorgeous if you can see it. So we'll probably hang out for a little while, see if we can get any good glimpses of the valley and the mountains around us. It's not cloudy the other way. You can kind of see views off the back side of the mountain. Oh, there you go. Wow. Wow. Well, we had to wait for a while, and it was a wet hike in the rain, but ultimately this has been worth it. Well, there's the top of Skierfe there. That's where we were. We're on our way down now, and as you can see, it has cleared up considerably. It's the most sunshine we've seen since the very beginning of our trip. And all of this that we're walking through now, we were in a cloud. You can see Skierfe on the right there. We were on top of that earlier today. Well, we made it across the lake on the motorboat. When you come down from Skierfe, and you're headed south, you get to the Axe hut, and we passed through there pretty quickly, and then pretty much as we were getting to the lake, it was time for the motorboat to leave. We pretty much walked right onto it, so the timing just worked out really well. We could have rowed across this lake too, but again, because the timing with the motorboat, we're like, great, well, we'll take the boat. So now we're on the other side, the south side of the lake, in one of the emergency shelters they have, just relaxing and making some dinner. I'm still having issues with my feet, so my feet hurt quite a bit, especially after all of that downhill. So it feels really nice to just put them up. I kind of want to go soak them in the lake, but anyway, I'm gonna enjoy a nice break here before we see how much further we're gonna go tonight. So the marking for the Kungsleden is basically like that red or orange painted on rocks, but sometimes you'll see these X's, and those are markings for the winter trail, which sometimes is the same and sometimes it's not. Okie dokie, we are all set up for the night. I am super excited to crawl in and go to bed. Yeah, definitely excited to get some sleep. Today was really lovely. You know, the sun came out. We got to see some really beautiful views from the top of Skierfe. But for whatever reason, for me, it was just kind of a hard day. I just wasn't feeling great all day, and so it made it kind of a low morale day for me. But like I said, it wasn't really a bad day. It was great. We saw great things. Things worked out for us. So I did fall in the mud. That was a bummer. Anyway, I am so excited to get some rest and hopefully kind of start the day with a little bit better vibes tomorrow.